What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about some Assassin's Creed rumors. Now, there's actually quite a bit to this story. This all started from a YouTuber named Jonathan, and he goes through a lot of different things that I want to read completely out, but then Jeff Grubb and Jason Schreier chimed in, and specifically Schreier said, most of it, I guess in the way he says it, some of it is true, some of it is fake. What it ends up being is most of it is true, one thing is not actually true. So let's go through kind of the saga. Again, let's read out what he said in the video. The final name should be Assassin's Creed Mirage, released in spring 2023 between April and June. The game will take place between 860 and 870 in Baghdad during the Anarchy in Samara. We will play as Basim in his youth as a thief until he arrived at the Hidden Ones, multiple cities to explore, separated by desert and rivers like the Kingdom of AC1. The game will return to basics with strong inspiration from the first Assassin's Creed. Several RPG elements have been removed. No more dialogue choices, no gender choice, obviously, and no more level system. The gameplay would be slightly different from that of Valhalla, less raw, and with new animations. The Eagle Vision is back, but so is the Drone Bird. Basim will be able to use the String Dagger to eliminate his opponents. There'll be visions of Loki for how Loki manifested into Basim's body and consumed him. Ubisoft is secretly preparing the remake for AC1 based off of Rift/Mirage's work. They will reuse a large part of the assets. AC1 remake should be integrated into a season pass, which will also include DLC in Constantinople, which Basim meets Sigurd. It'll be released a few months later. Ubisoft will unveil the future of Assassin's Creed on September 10th during Ubisoft Forward. So that was all of what he said. Now, Jeff Grubb jumped in and said the name is right. He has heard the name. I don't think Jeff Grubb commented on anything else that he said, but he did say that the name was in fact right. And then Jason Schreier came out and said, a person familiar tells me parts of this new Assassin's Creed leak are true, such as the name. The other stuff Bloomberg has already reported, spring 2023, Baghdad back to AC basics, and other parts are not true, multiple cities to explore. So I like Jason trying, because he always does this. He does not like YouTubers at all. In fact, he hates them. So he's probably a little upset that this person said stuff that just so happens he also said. So he's trying to dig into it. But the interesting thing there is when he goes into what's true versus not true. He says some things are true, some things aren't, but he only gives one example of things that aren't true. So what is the actual? Is there more than that? The big thing, right, is you have to kind of separate, because there's 8, 9, 10 bullet points for this new game, and then there's 3 for Assassin's Creed 1. I really hope the Assassin's Creed 1 stuff is right. I don't think we've talked about the rumors. There was a rumor that Assassin's Creed 1 was going to get remade. I don't know if I did a video on that, but I did do a video saying there should be an Assassin's Creed 1 remake. I think that's a game that is very worthy of being remade nowadays. And in terms of what this game sounds like, honestly, I'm kind of in. I know I just played Origins, right? I made a video, a essay, retrospective video on Origins. So I'm kind of back on the Assassin's Creed wagon. I jumped off for a long time, and I'm looking, I'm going to be playing some of the older Assassin's Creed games. I like the sound of this. Obviously, the whole several RPG elements have been removed. No more dialogue choices, no gender choice, and no more level system. I see a lot of people on Twitter, kind of quoting or taking just a picture of "and no more level system," and they're saying thank Jesus. And it's well, I think people are really going to like that. But no, I mean, if this is, really where we're at now, and this is kind of the issue with Assassin's Creed, right, is we had Era 1, which ended right before Origins, and then Era 2, which is what Origins started, and at the time that Origins started, we needed the change, right? We did. People were done with Assassin's Creed. They really were. And so we needed that change into what Origins then became. Now, the issue is with Valhalla and Odyssey, or vice versa, those games, weren't exactly well received from people either, and kind of taking Assassin's Creed even in a different direction than what Origins was doing. So we're kind of again at a point, and now we're only 3 games in, we're at a point where people are yeah, we're kind of done. So what do? Do you continue this RPG-heavy kind of system that they've done with the last 3 games? Can you ever go back to how Assassin's Creed was during like the Ezio era and all that? I really don't think you can. So what can you do? Well, honestly, you kind of do this. Like this leak exactly. You try to blend both in, right? You're using story and some of the elements from like the newer Assassin's Creed and some, the gameplay and the drone bird and all that stuff, but you're trying to make it feel, whether it's location, whether it's the landscape around it. Now, again, the whole multiple islands or multiple cities to explore, Schreier says that's not true. So that's, take that for what you will. I believe, Schreier, I don't like Jason Schreier at all, but he is a very good, person that knows things. So if he says something like that, I do generally believe him. I just don't necessarily like the guy. But I'm in. I'm in on what this says. And I really, more than anything, I'm really hoping for that Assassin's Creed 1 remake. That one I would really, really like. Because I do think, I don't know if you ever need to do like 2 Brotherhood Revelations, but at least one. It is old. At this point, we're looking at, 15 years since Assassin's Creed 1, so it's more worthy than something like The Last of Us or even like a Demon's Souls or things we've gotten in the past couple of years. I think it's more worthy than some other games, so 15 years is a pretty good, cutoff to remake a game. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all on the next one.